Welcome back to another video version of the rankings. Sorry for the delay in getting this out. I think the playoff picture is really starting to solidify, and as of right now, there are really only 6 teams in contention for the final 4 spots. 5 of the 6 are mathematically still alive, but today's rankings are more of a reflection of where I feel the teams are going to end up. So let's start with number 6, the Garmendia Slayer. I think his long tenured run of this league Slayer of the Garmendia name has hopefully and finally come to an end. He has a tough road ahead of him, and it finishes off in week 15 with a matchup against Mikey. And if Mikey does his job, we hopefully have seen the last of the Garmendia Slay. You're in the playoffs, so he's coming in at number 6. The question we have to ask, is it over? Is he done? And I think the answer is yes. Number 5, 4, and 3. These are tough because mathematically, either of these could probably end up in there. This is just kind of where I think things settled based off the upcoming matchups. It's been a great run from his start, especially when you take into account that he auto-drafted. But I think when it's all said and done, Dicker, the kicker, ends up on the outside looking in. However, again, depending on what happens this week, that could all change. But I feel like his run was a little too late, and if he had started a little bit earlier, maybe a different position. But I think our number 5, Dicker the kicker, probably ends up outside the playoff picture. Will the miracle run continue? Number 4, I think there's going to be a little bit of a fall, and he gets a little bit lucky in relying on the point gap he has between himself and Dicker the kicker. I think they finish at the same record, but points will be what get the Ditka disciple in. He's got a tough 2 weeks ahead of him, and I think the projections have him losing. But because of that, I think his points will come into play. The question we're asking is, can he hold on? And if he can, I think he'll be a tough matchup for anybody that's left. Number 3, the Tiger King. It started off ugly. He has shown that he is not only knowledgeable but a good manager. He's been active, and more importantly, he's paid his dues. So he's now eligible for the cash prize. The Tiger King, I think he has a favorable schedule, and he should end up in there. And I like him at the 3 seed. So the Tiger King, can he keep it up? Can he finish strong? And will he end up in the playoffs? How far will he go? Number 2, based off his matchups and his matchups alone, I've got Mikey, Kittle, and Bitts. You know, it's been a tumultuous ride for him. The fluctuations in his performance are a true reflection of his skill. We've seen the good and we've seen the bad. I think Mikey ends up our 2 seed and probably a quick out in the playoffs. And I think any money he gets will probably go to Krista for their in cahoots, back office, backdoor trading that was going on between that husband and wife combo. Last and certainly not least, this year's clear surprise. I think the only person who is mathematically guaranteed to make the playoffs and maybe even, be the 1 seed, Jace. Stop Jason me. Questionable draft. I think we all questioned it, but it proved that this kid knew what he was doing more than we did. He's had consistent performances throughout the league. His week 15 matchup is against me, but he essentially has another week bye this upcoming week where he gets to play Danny. And I think in a bit of irony, it's the changing of the guard here with the OG generation maybe handing the reins to the new generation. I think for a minute we can just all appreciate what a disappointment Danny and his team have been this year. Um, just a moment of silence. Okay. Congrats to Stop Jason Me. And yeah, we'll do the video version again next week as we announce the official playoff picture. And I'm curious where everything falls. And good luck to everybody. And even if you were a bottom feeder, Danny, Robert, we expect you to set your teams and try to put up a little bit of a fight for everybody. All right.